Alright, now it's time to throw some clear on this. What I've done is I've hung this part vertically. What that's going to do is allow me to get around it so I can spray every bit of it. What we're doing is we're using an acrylic lacquer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down two coats of lacquer, and we're going to come back and wet sand. We're going to lay down 2 more coats of lacquer, come back and wet sand, and then 2 final coats of lacquer, and then wet sand 1 more time. So that's going to give us 6 total coats of spray clear and 3 times wet sanding. What we're going to do, let's get her going. Throw on my mask. Before you sand, you're going to want to just let that dry in between each coat and then come back and hit it with the next one. Then go to the sanding. Alright, our first 2 coats of clear are on. Now we're going to go back. We're going to do a wet sand. Again, go back, use your 1500 grit sandpaper. You're going to want to wrap that again into a cloth. Make sure you keep it wet. You're just going to want to lightly scuff back over again. All we're doing is we're breaking the surface tension on that clear, so when we come back with our next 2 coats, it's going to accept it real well. Here we are after our 6 coats of clear. The tank was hanging for about 24 to 48 hours. We took it down, set it back onto our workstation here. What I'm going to do is now I'm going to take some 2000 grit sandpaper, just like we did when we did our initial prep. I'm going to wrap it up into a towel. I'm going to go over the surface. Using the spray clear, what it's going to do is it's going to leave kind of a rough surface, so we're going to want to knock that down just a little bit. You're going to want to just work back and forth, real soft, not applying too much pressure, just doing a nice even sand front to back again, all in one direction. What that'll do, and you'll be able to feel the difference after you went over it, it's going to give you a nice smooth surface. You're going to kind of want to work this in sections, work probably in about 6 to 8 inch sections all the way around the tank until the whole thing's complete. After you've done your initial sanding, take and wipe off any residue. Now the clear is going to actually have kind of a dull finish to it. What you're going to want to do then is grab some coarse rubbing compound, put that onto a soft pad, and then come back over the surface, again applying in a forward to back motion and just kind of working that rubbing compound in there. What that's going to do is that's going to start bringing the luster up on the clear coat. Again, if you start this process a little too early, that clear may be a little too soft and won't work the way you want it to. Between each step, take and wipe off any excess compounds or anything that you've taken off. Clean it up. Then you're going to want to go to a polishing compound. What that's going to do is even bring it up to a one level higher gloss. Using another or different foam pad, go ahead and work that in just like you did the rubbing compound. Wipe off any excess. Now if you feel your surface, the surface is going to be smooth. The more you do it, the shinier it's going to get. And that's going to take you to your end result. I'm going to keep working on this. We'll be back to show you the final product.